Well, I've decided to start a YouTube channel. Oh man, I am pumped. I am so excited about starting this channel. There's so many places that I've explored over the years, and I've never really documented it because I'm so focused on where I'm going, and that will continue. The only difference is this time I'm just gonna take the phone out of my pocket, take a few snaps, but then keep them and edit them and put them on a YouTube channel. Just a great way to share what I get up to. Also, I want to share some travel tips and learn from the viewers as well. So we want it to be a real tight community where people can interact on the channel. I want you to share your thoughts and the places that you've traveled to and travel tips as well. My background is fitness, so I will also share how you can stay active and fit while on the road. And also I'm into the paranormal. So I love checking out historic sites and dark tourism basically. So anything where crimes may have happened, murders, and all these different stories that we hear about. I love to go and investigate them. And I'm quite intuitive as well. So it's just really simply what I pick up personally and just share these places as well. Could be going to an old abandoned building. As long as it's all legal, I'll go in there, I'll check it out. I'll never force doors open, but I'll just share what I can come across during my journeys. Anyway, I'm currently on a trip right now and it's freezing cold out here. I've just crossed the border from Victoria to South Australia. Thought I'd stretch my legs, get out of the storm for a bit and document this video. Anyway, enjoy the very first YouTube video. Well, good morning. Well, I'm on my journey. So starting in Adelaide, the main objective is to get to Canberra and see what happens in between. So it's going to be a bit of an unknown this trip and really looking forward to it. Just getting away and getting out in the bush and kicking back and relaxing and see what we can find along the way. We're looking for any sort of like historic sites that we could check out, anything to do with Australian history or our war history. I'm also into any sort of abandoned buildings, so if we see anything abandoned, we're going to be stopping and we'll check it out and we'll see what we can capture. Wow, these are huge, these things. Amazing artist. Looks like maybe 3 little kids. That's so cool. Canalpin is where we're at the moment. It's like a little tin man up there. That's cool, looking over the road. So this is looking back towards Adelaide. So I remember going back in the late 80s when I first had my driver's license. I was with some friends. Corey, who does all the paranormal trips with me, he was with me. So I would have been only about 16, maybe 17 max on P plates, and I was driving my car down here. I had a 1978 Ford Escort, bright green. And we're coming from Melbourne, back from Melbourne to Adelaide, heading this way. I was in the middle of the night and being young, unorganised, I was almost out of petrol. Anyway, I'm coming from that direction, pretty much where that black ute is. Come down here and it conked out. I literally, probably that driveway or this driveway, it rolled. No, it would have been that one. Would have rolled straight into that driveway to this service station. Would have been a BP back in the day. And I ran out of fuel. And it rolled and rolled and kept rolling. And this old carport here stopped under there. It was in the middle of the night. All this was closed, been after hours. and that's where we slept. If you know what a 1978 Ford Escort is, it's not very big. There was 3 of us. I know Corey was there and there was one more, I can't remember who it was. But we were parked right here in this car park. Approximately 1987, 88, somewhere around there. Let's have a quick look around. So clearly it's all abandoned now, like a lot of the old petrol stations do. They closed down, either taken over by the big road pantries, or they end up like this. And so it's got asbestos in this one. Going by that sign. Pretty frustrating running out of fuel in the middle of the night. But what it does do is creates memories. Getting out there, making mistakes, getting yourself put in uncomfortable situations. And that's what it does, it creates great memories. It's like a sporting oval over there. We'll head back towards the main road. I wonder what this was for. I wonder if this is where people lived that owned or ran the petrol station back in the day. Every time I drive between Adelaide and Melbourne, I see this carport. I always think of that night when we come in here. And we had to wait for this place to open in the morning, which I'm guessing would have been around 7 or 7:30. There's the old bathrooms. Just in there. Yeah, I'm wondering if that would have been a residence in there. That's where you pay for your fuel. A cool old shed down there. That's where I'm imagining the mechanics would have been running out of there. Old mechanics workshop. Or it was just that one. Depends how busy they would have been. It's like another old building, it's abandoned. Let's check this out. There's no window in it. Boarded up. Who knows what this would have been for? Some sort of retail store, I imagine. Looking straight through there, it's like a warehouse. Could have been supplies for anything, could be supplies for the local farmers. There's a little reception area. Love it, old school. Bank card, don't see them anymore. Better see a bit more through this one, I think. And there's the office bit. We've got an old chair down there. This is the old warehouse area through here. Nice. That beautiful sunrise. And that is pretty much it for this building. Okay, I was just here before and I don't think I was recording. And what I did see in this little office area is that little machine there. Does anyone know what that is? Give you a hint, I used it at school in the 80s. If you know what it is, write it in the comments. Church down there. Yeah, that's for sale. You could buy this and live in it maybe. More old shops. They just don't survive in these towns anymore. And this is like an old ANZ bank coming up. Going by that blue sign. ANZ at the front letters. There you go, bank. That's a giveaway. I got a feeling someone might be living in this bank. It's got modern blinds in there and it just looks more lived in. So the road's starting to get a little bit busier now. So yeah, hour and a half, maybe a bit more, hour 45-ish from Adelaide, Canalpin. There's a park here, bathroom facilities, good little spot for a stop. I'm actually going to have breakfast here. Here's our van, that's what we're travelling in. How cool is this place?
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast, I can roast, I can gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness, hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior, inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior, get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them
Beeline them
back.
with
I
a bit
want
of
you to
yogurt on
feel
it. I
free
didn't bring
from the
any with me on
chains
this
that last,
trip.
and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
On the way.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being
Our plan is to get to Ballarat. We'll be staying there tonight, and then after that make my way on to Bendigo. We're staying at Bendigo for one night.
Make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible.
From there, we're going to be just cupping it on the way. Other than these next 2 nights,
I'll be great one day, going
find a
off
place
my
to camp
meds. No, I'm
and
not
see how we
giving
go.
up. No, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it. I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages, a vacant modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I still remember when this place was open. So again, when we come through here in the late 80s, driving past, you see trucks out the front and people will be in there eating. And I reckon they had big glass windows right where it's all sheeted up now with the iron. Stop in. I do vaguely remember coming in here getting fuel. Other than the time I ran out, which was further down the road that way at the BP where we slept. That sign doesn't look too old, maybe 1990s. Might be a little bit newer. And I think we're about to see inside that one. Nah. Yeah, this place has seen better days, unfortunately. There we go, we're right on the border here. There's a Victorian sign. I'm still on the South Australia side, but it's right there, the border. Welcome to SA, those 2 cars. Okay, so I'm here just making a decaf coffee, don't tell anyone. But currently just on the border between Victoria and South Australia. South Australia that way and Victoria that way. That's the way we are heading towards Ballarat. We've still got about another 3.5 hours to go until we're there, and we'll rest up there for tonight. But yeah, so far so good. The weather's absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's been a freezing morning. Penalpin, where we were stopping earlier, we had breakfast. That was 2 degrees as we were leaving. Jumped in the car, 2 degrees. So yeah, it was, no wonder I was cold out there. Having a brekkie, and the hands were cold. But yeah, now it's about 7 or 8. So it's certainly warmed up, and the sun's up, and it's beautiful. Magnificent spot. So just behind the camera there is the main highway, which you can probably hear the trucks going by. And we are, as I mentioned, we're literally right on the border. If we look over, let me just spin this around. No, I'm not sure how to do that. Straight over that way, you'll see a rock right just past the van there, right in the middle there. That is the border. We'll go for a little bit of a walk at the moment once I've had the brew. But yeah, talking about memories, and back when we used to, me and my mates, we used to go on road trips. Since we got our license, we would be out in our cars and off we go. We drove to Sydney, Melbourne lots of times, because Corey, his family, his mum lived in Melbourne, so we used to drive over, meet her, pick up her car as well. And then one particular time, then we went up to Mount Buller. There's a place Corey and I used to go snow hiking in Mount Sterling, and that's a beautiful part of the world. So we've got a lot of memories of these sort of road trips that I'm basically redoing, I suppose. My interest and doing these trips is always like a little bit of coffee on top. My interests are history. I love history, as mentioned before. Australian history, so the sort of things that we're going to be looking for is anything with a historic reason to be there, but it's also anything that we find along the way, anything old. I'm into retro, especially anything 50s, 60s, bit of the 70s. There's not much of it left, unfortunately. Okay, that's it. Leaving South Australia and into Victoria we go. Alright, no bastard waves to me. Not one. I've had one since Adelaide. Near the start. Has Australia lost its wave? Here we go. Surely the truck will. Alright, here we go. Lots of notice. My hands up now. Nah. 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 Alright, here we go. You, farmer, definitely. Nah. Bullshit. There you go, 1862. This is the Easton Hotel. It might have been called the Eastern Railway Hotel at one stage. Eastern Station Hotel. There you go. I should have known that. I stayed there last night. It's allegedly haunted. All the basic facilities that you can imagine in a pub, an old pub in the 1860s. But the beds are so comfortable, nice and firm. And it was cold last night. So that was my room there. In that one. There's room 1. We're going to have a look inside. Some reported hauntings in this hotel include Thomas Redshaw Hunt. Thomas was the first owner of the hotel. Some people say he's hanging around and usually spotted in a top hat and a smell of tobacco in the air. He's also mostly seen in the bar or down in the cellar. Pin code. The next one would be James Nunn. James was just 2 years old when he drowned in 1863. His body was kept in the hotel cellar. Since then, a little boy in brown clothes has been seen running around the place. Another one is an Irish World War I veteran. was back in 1915, an Irish man who worked and he was killed in the kitchen. He was stabbed by another staff member in a fight over a woman. The next one is Indigenous caretakers, where two older Aboriginal men have been seen downstairs. Some locals believe they were once caretakers of the building. Good morning, we are here in Ballarat. Spent the night here. Another chilly morning. So yeah, I thought I'd come and check out this local park here. It's about the Eureka Stockade. I think it's 1860s. Go in here and have a look. See it, Eureka Stockade. Memorial Park is where we're at. Come back to these stairs. We go for a little bit of a walk around, see what we can find. Well, that's dated. Look at this, 1861. This is dated. $95.18. Not sure what that means. $1861. Yeah, sells that one. This here always reminds me of the convict stamp or Australian military. So it will be interesting which one it is. But again, this is 1861, 95.122. I wonder what that means. If anyone knows, put it in the comments. Help me out. It's got 7047 as well. I wonder if all these are like a serial number of some sort. Uh, 1861. Different number, 96-0-0. 1860. I'm just guessing this is a year. So I believe all this happened in the 1860s. For some reason, or 1850s gone by. Up here, let's go have a look. Eureka Stockade, Sunday morning, December 3rd, 1854. I'm gonna step back, I'll fall down the stairs. The Eureka Improvement Committee, 1923. The heroic pioneers who fought and fell on this sacred spot in the cause of liberty, and the soldiers who fell at duty's call. Well, yeah, it was 1854, right here in the Eureka lead, where there was all the gold miners who had so many restrictions on what they could do, and they had expensive permits and fees they need to get so they could actually mine gold. They were unable to vote. They had so many restrictions because of the government. And then right here in this area, 1854, led by a guy called Peter Laylaw. He basically come through this area and he just found any sort of materials he could find, old wood and timber, and made a makeshift barricade. in the and just restricted everybody from getting into this area. And it was just a way of defiance, really. It was just so, well, the group was so unhappy with the conditions that they were dealing with. And then the government put in some forces. You come through the area, and then there was a bit of a battle. And 22 gold miners lost their life. This is in December of that year. And 5 soldiers also lost their lives. So it was a small but bloody battle as well. But it did make a pivotal change in Australian history. And then eventually the gold miners, they could vote. They could mine gold on their own land. And they would just have to pay a small fee. I'm guessing that fee would have been paid to the government either monthly or quarterly. Not sure how that would have worked out. But it certainly changed how things were and how things are now. So it was a major change in Australian history. Such a beautiful spot. It's peaceful, it's quiet, nice and early in the morning. There we go. You can pause this if you want to read this part. This is the pathway of remembrance. This is for the 35 men who have known have died because of the events that occurred in Eureka Stockade on December 3rd, 1854. Anyway, we'll go have a bit of a look through here. Felix Boyle, 1825 to 1855. I'm going to whip through it fairly quickly because there's a lot here. Dennis Bryan on this side. Henry Christopher Wise. See, they were young. Captain of the 40th Regiment, England. He was born in Italy. James Brown, 1825 to 55. He was a miner from Ireland. William Webb, 1835 to 54. Gee, that's young. It's at 19. Unknown. Alfred Bryant from England. Joseph Wall, he's also from England. Served in the 40th Regiment. George Clifton, he was a miner. Frederick Coxhead, he was a lawyer's clerk from England. He even got involved. There you go. John Crow. I'll have to walk back up that way to get the rest. So there was, for my research, there was only 22, well not only, but 22 Martin Diamond, 22 miners that died. Okay, I guess it's other people, like we saw the lawyer or whatever it was back there. They probably were not included in the 22. They were just basically talking about the 22 miners. And 5 soldiers died in the battle. We've got a Russian here. William Emmerman. He's from Russia. Oh, almost missed Robert Fenton. Patrick Gittins. Samuel Green. John Hafele. He's German as well. John Hall from Ireland. Thomas Henfield. He's from Germany. And John Hines, who was a miner from Ireland. Eureka Circle marks the 150th anniversary of the Eureka Rebellion and captures its sacrifices, sense of noble cause and spirit of unity, commissioned by the City of Ballarat and the Victorian Government's Regional Infrastructure Development Fund, unveiled by Premier Steve Bracks, 26th of November 2004. You could pause the video if you need and have a better look. Oh yeah, I've seen this sort of art stuff in other places. So it escaped me where it was. It was at, where was it? There's another place it reminds me of this sort of thing. In New South Wales during the Second World War. Why does it escape me? The Kawa, that Kawa it was when all the Japanese attempted to break out. That was an interesting place to visit as well. There's a mini-series, an old one from the 80s, I reckon. It's called the Kawa Breakout. Brian Brown is in it. Certainly worth checking out. Robert Julian, he was from Canada, another miner from Canada. George Littlehales. Edward McGlynn, who was a miner from England. I'm going to butcher that name. What is that? Thaddeus Moore? Thaddeus? Michael Mullins from Ireland. A lot of Irish. Thomas O'Neill. Thomas Parker. He was a blacksmith. Henry Powell. Edward Quinn. Here's a Scottish guy, John Robertson. William Quinlan from Goulburn in New South Wales. Is that the first Aussie? Michael Roney. Charles Ross. Lewin Rollins. Edward Thonen. And last few, just about done. Joseph Wall from England and William Wedd. What was he? 12th Regiment. William Wedd. Henry Christopher Wise. I reckon we got him at the start. We did. I've got him twice. What a beautiful park this is. It'd be pretty cool to go in. Let's see what time it opens. I don't think I'm going to be around by the time it opens. Cafe opens at 10. Sunday morning. So that's where we just came from. That's that circle that we walked around. All the men's name that we called out, all the gold miners and all the other people that died during that battle was through there. What I don't think we did see in there was the 5 soldiers that died. I don't think they were mentioned. This window. Nah, nothing's open there. It's a long way up. The big Eureka flag up there. I've come at the worst angle to try to see it. There's not much wind anyway. I don't think it's gonna. It's all tangled up. Yeah, she's tangled up. That's the Eureka flag. Right, there's a kids' playground up there, and I reckon it's inspired about the events that happened here. They look like the soldiers right there. And that looks like some sort of fort or barricade. Certainly an amazing place to come and check out. Thoroughly enjoyed myself walking through here. It's nice and peaceful, it's really quiet. But if you do come through Ballarat, certainly worth coming here to check out. But keeping in mind, Sunday morning that I'm here, I was here a bit early, and the museum appears to open from 10 a.m. All right, hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you at the next destination.
People were bracing for the end. Hell is where we're all reaching. This clash is all of our ideals. Asking answers to those who have no will. I think it's better to pray, pray.